We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders. Shalom to you brothers out there in the highways and byways. Shalom to the brothers of GMS Camp Boston 4. And greetings and salutations to all you out there who are listening, taking notes, and willingly, trying to take heed to this word and staying true to this word. Alright. Today's lesson is going to be called Fema and Rex84. You just saw a clip that about this martial law, about Fema coming down, and that's exactly what's going to be taking place real soon here in America. Okay, prophecies are coming to pass. The whole world is in turmoil right now. The whole world's in turmoil, and if you think for 1 minute that it's not going to come here to America, you're sadly mistaken. Alright, so what we plan to do, Lord's will, we're going to bring out a few articles, tie in some scriptures with those articles, bring out a few clips, video clips to, just to solidify about this Fema, about Rex84, and about what's going to be taking place to Israel in these upcoming, these upcoming times, I'm gonna say. All right, because Lord will, we hope it go down tomorrow, but I'm gonna say these upcoming times. All right, so I want to get into a couple of scriptures. I want to, try to break some of these things down, and Lord's will, you brothers get some edification out of it. Alright, so the first scripture I want to go to is going to be 1 Peter 5:2. Now, when you go to the book of 1 Peter, the 5th chapter is basically talking about feeding the flock. And like I said, the welcome to this new site called Feed the Flock, because that's what we have been commanded to do. And we come to do this willingly, we come to do this sincerely, and we come to do it honestly, man. We ain't trying to deceive nobody. We ain't trying to mislead no brothers out there in this truth. We ain't trying to mislead anybody who watches the videos. Because we speak the truth in Yahweh Shai, just like Paul said. We speak the truth, man. To come out here and speak a lie, we condemn it ourselves. But like I said, we here to feed the flock, man, and that's what we gonna do. This is 1 Peter 5:2. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you. Okay? And the Lord said, my sheep hear my voice. And those who are hearing the Lord's voice, those are the ones who we talking to and we dealing with, man. Because 2/3 of you niggas just ain't gonna get it. And 2/3 of you cats out there marked for death, man. So we are here to feed the flock. Okay? If you've come into this, you gotta get grounded. You gotta make your feet fast as pillars. You know what I'm saying? Be grounded in this thing and don't move. Don't be nudged, or let that demon come into your head and start telling you ain't shit. Those dudes who them other guys are right, this and that, talking nonsense, because them demons jump on you, man. This is a spiritual thing. You just gotta pray to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And keep in these scriptures. And if you come to a stumbling block, you got the elders, you got other brothers out there, other camps. We got each other, man. That's all we have. That's all we have in this thing. Chapter 5, verse 2. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but for a ready mind, but of a ready mind. You see, you got to do this thing willingly. We ain't out there. We don't go out week in and week out, trying to earn money, trying to earn popularity. We don't put videos up to see you can win a popularity contest. We don't care how many people watch the videos, because the sincere brothers who do watch, as long as they're getting edified, as long as that truth is being brought to them, we don't give a damn. We don't care if you watch our videos. But if the Lord has selected you to be in a ready mind in this thing, you're gonna watch a video. You're gonna peruse by all the GMS camps and see what's going on. Okay? So we ain't out there trying to sell. We're not trying to sell anything. We ain't trying to gain anything. Only thing we trying to do is please Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's all we trying to do. And by pleasing him, that's like waking his flock up, bringing his sheep back to the fold. That pleases, and exalting his name and fearing him. That pleases the Most High. You exalt that name. You exalt the name. You exalt, who his children are, who his chosen are. That pleased Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And if it be the Lord's will, we'll be found worthy in that last hour to get beamed up out of here. Alright. Let me go to 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6. And it says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others. Okay? So Paul's talking to Israel. And he's saying, let us not sleep as do others. Because if you're going to be sleeping in this day and age, in this time, knowing that the whole world is in turmoil, knowing that the whole world is in shambles, you need to be destroyed, man. You need to be taken right out of the way. Because if you don't get taken out of the way, you're just getting in the damn way. So you either roll with this or get rolled over. And 2/3 of y'all going to get rolled over. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And what are we watching for? We're watching for these prophecies to come to pass. We're watching for the uprisings of the government. We're watching these natural disasters, which is the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're watching them, pursuant to Isaiah the 29th chapter, the 6th verse. That's what we're watching for. Okay? Because now that we see these prophecies coming to pass and all these signs coming to pass, we know that this thing is about to come down, man. We know that this is about to get real. But before we can enjoy the spoils in the kingdom, we got to come out here and work, man. We got to put in our work. This ain't no lottery ticket where you find out, you're an Israelite. Now you just sit back on your leaves and lamp and chill out all until the missiles come. You got to work for this thing, man. You got to work. That's why the Lord sent us out there to the highways and hedges. That's why I said there are grievous wolves out there. Okay? That's why I said enter ye in at the straight gate. That's why I said this place was set in a dangerous place. Because this is going to be work, man. And that's why scriptures like Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter is in effect. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright. Roughly paraphrasing. Matter of fact, just let me get it. Alright? Because we coming in these times right now where our souls are going to be tempted, man. Our souls are going to be tempted. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1. And it says, my son, if thou hast come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Because that time of trouble is upon us, man. Okay, hold fast to this thing. Hold fast to these scriptures. Hold fast to the Lord's word. Make not haste, because you gonna make a haste. You cats out there, 2/3 of y'all gonna make a hasty decision when that martial law kicks in, the microchips kick in, because they gonna make examples of somebody. They gonna make example of you, Jake. They gonna make an example of you, And then those who are far off are going to be seeing it and they're going to be like, damn, fuck it, I'm just going to take the chip. That's making a hasty decision in time of trouble. Alright? But without further ado, let me, get into these articles. Like I said, we're going to get into a couple articles. We're going to break some scriptures down. And Lord's will, brothers will be edified just a little bit more, I want it to be a quick vid. I don't want to go too long into it, and you brothers feel you want to do a little more research on it, by all means feel free. If the Spirit jumps on you to make a continuation of this, that's what it is. But the Lord set this up for us to come out and to do this work to feed the flock. Alright? So without further ado, let's get into these articles. And this article is called Fema, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and it's basically going to get into what it was all about, why it was created, and so on and so forth. Let's read it. And this is matter of fact, this is Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia. Now, Wikipedia is probably one of the most visited websites on the internet today. Okay, between Wikipedia and Google, that's where it's at. That's where a lot of people are getting all their information. Alright. So it says the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA, is an agency of the United States Department of Homeland Security. And it says here, initially created by presidential order on April 1st, 1979. And it says the primary purpose of FEMA is to coordinate the response to a disaster that has occurred in the United States and that overwhelms the resources of local and state authorities. The governor of the state in which the disaster occurs must declare a state of emergency and formally request from the president that FEMA and the federal government respond to the disaster. So in other words, if there's an earthquake, for example, we'll just use Katrina. Okay, we'll use Katrina when Mayor Ray Nagel, whatever his name is, that simple coon. When the levees broke, he then, he actually didn't go to FEMA at first. He tried to handle it on his own, but then when he seen them waters rising up, then he submitted, a formal letter to the president. But George Bush, he wasn't with that, because it was a test run. It was the test run to see how you niggas would react in time of trouble. And you did exactly what they wanted you to do. You jumped on rooftops, you was floating on tree bark, and you were screaming for FEMA, when they're the ones who put you in that damn condition. But point is, Ray Nagel, had to sign some paperwork for the president to have FEMA come down. And niggas was on housetops for weeks. Motherfucking dead bodies was floating all around. And they didn't know you was amongst FEMA. FEMA was amongst you. FEMA was in their little offices with their cameras on you, watching what your movement was going to be. That's what FEMA was doing. So all those who was talking about where's FEMA at, they was right there for you, watching your monkey asses. And it says here, FEMA also provides these services for territories of the United States, such as Puerto Rico. The only exception is when an emergency and or disaster occurs on federal property or to a federal asset. For example, the 1995 bombing of the Alfred P. Maurer Federal Building in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, or the Space Shuttle Columbia in 2003 return flight disaster. So in other words, they don't need a written request to have FEMA enact itself, or FEMA be enacted. FEMA will enact it